Hi, my name is Tiffany Bloom. I'm the children's minister here at Northside Christian Church, and I want to thank you for watching this 6-minute video. This is for our current ministry team leaders, and I really hope that this video is helpful as you're communicating with your volunteers about the upcoming third service starting on August 10th. If you were here on the March 30th meeting that we had with our ministry team leaders, I talked to you about recruiting new volunteers. But today I want to talk to you about communicating with your current rotation of volunteers. We've all been given the task, and most of you have even been given a deadline of sometime this month of May to be communicating with all your volunteers about the changes of the upcoming third service that's going to begin on August 10th. That's only 12 weeks away, and we've got a lot of work to do. So right now, you should be communicating everyone that's currently on your team. This means you need to make personal contact. If you've sent out mass emails, that's great, but I'm assuming by now you've probably gotten little result from that. There is much more value in having a conversation either over the phone or face-to-face with those volunteers to discuss with them the changes that are going to take place when we go to a third service. The other thing I want you to know is this is a time to wipe the rotation slate clean and tell people you have an opportunity to sign up for whatever service time you would really most prefer at this time. Don't tell people they have to keep continuing in the same service time they've been serving in when we move to 3 services. That could get confusing for people who are involved in multiple ministries or whose family members are in different ministries, or when Wayne starts encouraging people to go to the 11:30 service because we need a core group who will commit to that new service time. Or when Wayne starts encouraging people with teenagers, please keep coming at 9 o'clock so that Crave service can really take off at that earlier hour. We need you communicating with these people, and if you need help, please let us know. We want to help make those phone calls for you and with you so that all of our current Sunday morning volunteers get this same communication. When you're communicating with them, communicate with them that the new schedule begins August 10th, not before. Everybody needs to be consistent in moving forward with this on August 10th. And communicate with your volunteers, they need to keep doing their current ministry involvement until that time. This isn't a time for people to say, oh, okay, well, I'll just start back up on August 10th. We need them to continue in their ministry now. We also need them to make a decision. And they may feel like they've got plenty of time to make that decision, but we need to let them know we are waiting to hear back from you on the decision of which service time you're going to be serving in on Sunday mornings come August 10th. Be a facilitator of change as you're talking to your volunteers also. Let me give you an example of this. Some of your volunteers, especially if you're working in children's ministry or youth ministry, they may have to choose to keep serving at their same service time, or they may have to choose to keep doing their role. And here's an example. Right now, if you're an elementary Sunday school teacher, or if you're calling a volunteer who is an elementary Sunday school teacher, they're serving at the 9 o'clock hour. And if they want to continue being an elementary Sunday school teacher, they will have to move to the 10:15 hour because that's when we're offering elementary Sunday school. So you may ask them, which is more important to you? Your service time, that 9 o'clock hour, or your role as an elementary Sunday school teacher. If they love being an elementary Sunday school teacher, then that might be an easy jump to just move to that 10:15 hour. But if they really love coming at that 9 o'clock hour and that works really well for their family, they may have to consider having a different role in ministry, like a storyteller or a worship leader, or doing something else in children's ministry or another ministry at that hour. So be a facilitator of that change. Also know that anytime there's big changes like this, unfortunately, it's an opportunity for people to take a look and say, I'm just going to step down from ministry. Remind them we need everyone serving in ministry. This is not a time that someone at Northside can sit back and do nothing. We need all hands on deck. Remind them of that. If they're involved in multiple ministries, they may think they have to quit one ministry. I was talking with the lady last week, and she was saying her husband was involved in 2 ministries and they were still trying to figure out their schedule because she's involved in children's ministry. Anyhow, she said, I think he's going to have to quit serving in Crave. And so I asked the next question, why? Why would he think he has to quit serving in Crave? Well, because he's also a camera tech and he's going to be serving there and it's going to conflict. And I said, I'm pretty sure that the camera tech is an every other month rotation and Crave is an every other month rotation. So he could do camera tech on odd months and Crave on even months and it would work. And kind of the light bulbs came on like, oh, wow, that might actually work into their schedule. So help facilitate that change, even if they're involved in multiple ministries. But if they really say, you know what, this is time for me to step down, suggest another area of ministry. Or as your schedule starts to fill up and you have people that say, I really want to serve at that 10:15 hour, and you say, well, right now we are full on connection book people at 9 o'clock. Would you consider doing 10:15? Oh, no, I really need to do 9 o'clock. Then suggest another ministry. Well, maybe you could be a communion server. Maybe you could help with hospitality ministry. All those other things that are happening at 9 o'clock. The other thing is encourage those volunteers, don't wait to get back to me. If they need time to talk to their family, great, but tell them you are going to be following up. So this may mean multiple phone calls for you, the ministry leader, and that's okay. But tell them, we don't have time. We have 261 new volunteers that we need to recruit, and right now, our current ministry volunteers, they've got dibs. The schedules are open. They get to have their best choice of which service time and what they want to do, and if they need to change roles, all of that's open for them to really figure out what's going to work best for them and best for their family when we go to 3 services. And then once we hear back from those current volunteers, it's going to be much easier for us to then put new recruits in those empty slots, in those charts where we need to fill up positions. If you have questions or you feel like you need help communicating with your volunteers, we want you to let us know. Contact myself or one of the other staff members so that we can help you. If you're kind of feeling nervous about making these calls, or you feel like, oh, I don't want to call that volunteer again and nag them for a decision, I want you to keep the bigger picture in mind. We're going to a 3rd service this fall because we want to glorify God in the ministry we're doing here at Northside, and ultimately we want more people to be able to come into a relationship with Jesus Christ and to mature in Him. So keep that in mind as you're talking to these volunteers and you're giving them an opportunity to serve our church, to serve other people, and to serve our Lord. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much for being a leader in ministry. Please let us know if we can help you in any way.